So what we did last week, or not last week, yesterday, we talked about trigonometric ratio. We talked about how can we solve angles and sides in right angle. But in real life, it's not always a right angle triangle, right? So we can't just be conclusive to the right angle triangles. We have to learn how to solve the problems if it's not a right angle triangle. So if I have what we called yesterday the oblique triangles. So with the oblique triangles, we have two different laws that we can use to solve the triangle. Okay? And the laws are called the sine law and the cosine law. Okay? It depends on the situation, depends on what information you are given or you know and what information you're looking for, so you can use one or the other law. That doesn't mean we can't use the sine and cosine law with right angle triangle, but be careful there because it might get too complicated if you choose to use the sine and cosine law with the right angle triangle. So when you have a right angle triangle, try to stick with trigonometric ratio, which we learned yesterday, SOHCAHTOA. Okay? Or we talked about earlier in the semester Pythagorean theorem. That's another thing that you can use with right angle triangles only. Okay? Now, we are going to do a little kind of investigation here about the sine law and how can I find the formula for the sine law. So if I'm looking at this triangle here, I have a triangle. It happened to be a isosceles triangle, but it's going to work for any oblique triangle. It doesn't have to be isosceles or anything like this. So in this case, I have angle A is 50 degrees, angle B is 65, angle C is 65, and then we have the three sides. Remember that when we're naming our triangle, always in capital letters, right? But the corresponding sides are the one that are going to, basically this is side A, this is side C, and this is side B, right? It's important that you know how to name your triangle because you're going to need it for these formulas. So let's fill this table out. So angle measure A is, what was it? 50 degrees? You guys have to help me because I can't see it. 50. Angle B is 65 and angle C is 65. So the first column is asking you to calculate the sine of each angle using a calculator. Okay? So using your calculator, you're going to do sine 50, sine 65. Okay? Remember that when we're doing the sine 50, to how many decimal places I want to leave my answer? 4. Okay? So what do you get? What is it? 7660? Okay? Now do the same thing for sine 65. .9063. Okay? So that's going to be the same for okay. Now we're going to write the length of the opposite side. So what's the length of opposite side angle A? So the side A, 26.4. Side B is, what was it? Jessica, what was your question?
No.
Oh, you're good?
Get that so fast, but
it's there. Okay, so all this information I'm getting from the triangle so far, except the sine. I use the calculator to find it. The batteries are dead.